This is the Hard City Raindrops podcast. Welcome to episode 8. My name is Wyll, where we discuss men's lifestyle, fashion, firearms, knives, EDC, backpacking, survival, and just general men's lifestyle. Welcome to the program, everybody. We are going to talk about the tier setup for EDC, and also we're going to talk a little bit about this kind of like, I don't know if it was an experiment or, no, I guess it was, but this little like interaction I had with a girl recently-ish, and I've come to notice this is being more than usual. A college girl goes to Temple who also, let's note, tried to scam me. So let's note that as well. She tried to this is so ridiculous. She tried to get money from me just to talk to her. Like, hey, she said her exact words were, "Hey, my time is thin. Venmo me if you want to talk." Like, what are you, the Queen of England? Who are you? You're a bottle server at a lounge in Philly, and you go to Temple. You are nothing. I mean, you're something, but you're not anything where I need to pay you to. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is what this world has come to. Why? And I said to her, like, pretty much straight up, like, you're a fucking scam artist. You're way better than that. But anyway, because, look, guys, like, I know you can get into desperate situations and hot girls, whatever. You know, you don't need to pay a girl to talk to you. It's mind-boggling to actually visualize that actually probably works. So, you know, if you're that girl and you're listening to this, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself, because that's disgusting. So anyway, within the same girl, after I was basically made it clear that I wasn't going to pay her to speak. If anything, you should be fucking paying me. I'm the YouTuber who's half famous. All right, let's slow your roll, bottle server. That's obviously a joke, but not really. I mean, no, I don't want to pay you. You don't have to pay me, but like seriously, well, that's how like weird. That's how gross that is. It's like go like grow like I don't know, like do something with yourself. But it also goes to show how desperate these college kids are for money, because you know it's college tuition and college, what's it called? The student loan. So I'm glad I've never went to college, because I would never want a student loan hanging over my head until I'm 40, 50 years old. No, thank you. And so I get, like, yeah, the hustle, but, like, that's not the kind of hustle you should be doing. It's sad. So anyway, once she decided that I wasn't going to pay her, which wasn't obvious to her immediately, but anyway, which actually, we'll get more to this story, but then she says, "Well, you're scary. You carry a gun." And I'm like, wow. So first, my gun wasn't scary if I was paying you, but now that I'm not going to pay you to speak to me, now I'm a big scary man with a gun, because I post pictures on YouTube about firearm safety and advocate the Second Amendment and, you know, masculinity and all that. Like, first of all, firearms has nothing to do with masculinity. It's about self-defense. It's about, you know, protecting your families and your loved ones from, you know, terrorists, tyrannical government, a crazy fucking person with a gun. Name your poison there, you know, whether it's a sword, a gun, or, you know, some idiot, or I'm sorry, whether it's a sword, a gun, or a laser, whatever technology is available at the time, you should have the means to protect yourself, man or woman. So it got me thinking, why was I labeled a scary? You know, like, I'm not promoting violence on my Instagram, you know? I'm not like, I'm a badass because I carry a gun. Look at me. It's not what I do. It's not what I'm about. That's not what it should be about. It's not about an ego. It's like, that's why I say it's not even about masculinity, because women carry firearms too, you know? So it was just an odd thing, and it got me really thinking about, well, you don't, I mean, there are females in this area that are pro gun, but not in the college, like, not in the grips of the college university girl. You know what I mean? Or even man. Just not in the university area, you know? And I know why it is. It's because the politicians are obviously in the pockets of the colleges, which are only promoting anti-gun. You know, if you're a pro-gun teacher at Temple or somewhere else, and if you go to Temple or one of these colleges, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any pro-gun signs anywhere in these campuses, because I doubt you're going to, well, you should be, because it's a right to assemble. So, you know, learn your constitutional rights. If you're pro-gun and you're scared of getting booted out of college because of it, then, you know, that's a thing too, though. You know, they can always do things out of your reach, I guess, if you don't have the money, power, and respect, and or money and the power. You know, those kind of things. But anyway, corrupt politicians are in the pockets of these colleges that only promote anti-gun. They only teach anti-gun. They're saying, you know, guns are bad, guns are bad, guns are bad. There's nothing about the good guy with the gun. There's nothing about teaching kids about, you know, why we need them. Why would they do such a thing? Because if now they can vote, you know, now they're like, oh, I'm not going to ever vote for a pro-gun president. Why, you know, that's all what it's about. And they're literally brainwashing them. Literally brainwashing our you know, our colleges. At least here. I see this a lot. It's enough to where I needed to make a video about it, because it's, that one instant is only the first of many that I've had. This altercation just was like, okay, I've had enough. And plus the scam. So I was like, you know, this is all kind of, it's getting kind of weird now. And, you know, this is a girl who obviously is uneducated in the format of the Second Amendment, what it means. She's probably never picked up a gun or fired one. She probably has never taught about why people carry a gun. She was never probably she probably wasn't raised by a man, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd hate to say it like that, but honestly, she was probably just raised by her mother, which is also part of the problem. Not saying that women can't raise by themselves. I'm saying if you're going to do it, you got to teach the aspects of what masculinity is to a female, you know, like men protect women, you know, and their families and loved ones. If it's with a gun or a sword or a freaking laser, it doesn't matter. That's what a man does. So you can't label a man as you're scary because you carry a gun. It's just, you guys, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get too because this can go down a wrong path and people can take this out of context, like I'm like some kind of anti, you know, women rights person or something. I don't know. I'm all for women. I don't like feminism. I think that's ridiculous. You know, because it's like these whole fucking Nike commercial that just was released. Like, they released a commercial about, like, you know, women, you know, or, you know, can play tennis and we could do it. Like, okay, who's telling you can't? There's not a man on the fucking planet saying Serena Williams can't play tennis. She's literally been the best tennis player in the last century or whatever, couple decades. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's talking about these tremendous women athletes who can do amazing things. Nobody's saying they can't do anything. That Nike commercial is sickening. It's almost as bad as Gillette. And these are the types of things now, guys, women too, who are listening, that we have to really be careful. We're treading down dark waters here, you know, and it's kind of disgusting, really. But anyway, so that happened. This is a real story that happened. Now, to put better light on this, after she blocked me, she said, I think it's in my best interest to block you. So she blocked me, and then I said, okay, fine. Then proceeds to accept a friend request from I don't even know when on Facebook. I can't remember friend requesting this girl it had to have been years ago, honestly. I mean, it wasn't within the last year. I haven't requested anyone to be a friend on Facebook within the last year. I don't even really go on Facebook. I have been lately. I just post a couple things. I've been posting some things about Bryce Harper because that's just a huge deal for us here in Philly. And so I go on and I notice that she's accepted my friend request. I'm like, so that means, here's what happened. So that means she went in to look me up on Facebook, and then seeing that I requested her, because this is a very beautiful girl. She has a lot of followers on Instagram, so probably a lot of followers on Facebook. So she went in, so she probably doesn't look at her friend request because she probably gets 1 million of them. She went in, typed my name, found me, and then seen that I requested to be her friend and accepted it, which is very odd. Whatever. I told her I was going to do a video on this, and then she threatened to sue me, and I'm like, yeah, I never said I was going to mention you personally. I just said the story is going to happen because, this whole Venmo thing, and talk to me. I can make your day better, big boy. It's like, are you serious? Venmo me? What is that exactly? Is that just, I think it's, and then I had another girl the same day, like the next, I thought it was some kind of, I'm like, whoa, this girl's like wiretapped in. She's like the queen Venmo chick. So then I get, where did this go? This has nothing to do with everyday carry. But anyway, then I got a message from another chick saying, I need to pay my phone bill. Hold on. I need to pay my phone bill. Can you Venmo me $20? I literally shit you not. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I used to talk to this girl on Facebook back, and I unfollowed her as a friend because she just kept posting annoying shit. So I unfriended her, and I guess that's like, to me, that's like, hey, please buy me drugs. That's basically what that says to me. So yeah, no thanks. If you're one of those chicks that are like trying to get money from dudes to either talk or pay your bills or whatever, you're a fucking scumbag. And that's what that is. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with all this Instagram shit. I think they need to put a hold to that, honestly. I mean, if they're reported for scams and stuff, I think they need to be deplatformed. So, which brings me to guys, girls. If people don't like the fact that you carry a gun, fuck them, okay? But not fuck them fully. Only fuck them halfway. Meaning, try to explain to them, try to educate. That's the best way I can explain to it. Don't just be like, well, fuck you then, whatever. Because I could easily make posts on Instagram and be like, if you don't want to follow me and you're not too freaking A gun, whatever, then unfollow me. But I don't want that. That's not what I want. My job is to educate right now. I'm a YouTuber. I have a platform. I have over 2,000 subscribers now, which is amazing. The podcast is growing, which is amazing, even though all these podcasters are like, oh, you can't just talk about everything. You have to do it. Bullshit. People want to hear different things from different aspects, and that's just the way it is. And there's a niche for people like that. There's a niche for people that want to hear everything from one person. Simple as that. There's a niche for everything, and that's a niche. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. Whether other people agree with it or not, I don't care. I'm doing it because that's what I do. Anyway, so I have a voice. So my job is to educate now. Like, people get inspiration by things that I say, and they it's not like, I don't know, I don't want to be like lead by example because I don't consider myself like that or anything. I think that it's more like just ideas, and I think that people like the idea of it, and they like what you talk about. They like how your mind works. It get people to think. That's all you're doing, Get the mind working and keep the mind open. Am I open to the fact of losing my right to bear arms? No, absolutely not. Why? Because this gun here, and in case you're just listening, this is a Glock 43 9mm with an OC Customs trigger, True Glow TFX night sights, a stippled grip, a double undercut, Terran Tactical +1 base plate. I said a stipple grip. What else do I got in this thing? It's got a... It was loaded. I knew that. I'm just saying. Safety checking it. It's got a ghost connector and a polished trigger bar. And I've had this gun for about 4 years now. And I love it. It's an absolute gem. I don't go anywhere without it. So don't be as scared of who you are. If there's going to be people who don't agree with your beliefs and your ideals, but when it comes to firearms, there's going to be a lot of people that don't agree with that. You don't want to write those people off until they write you off. Let them write you off. You don't have to write them off. I would say educate them. Try to educate them. Like, hey, why don't you believe in gun rights? Well, what do you know about gun rights? And when they start spitting, an assault rifle is a deadly weapon. Well, nobody has assault rifle. Like, most people don't have the slightest clue to what they're even talking about when it comes to guns. People who don't believe in firearms generally don't know anything about them. They just see the media and they see death and they see violence, and that's all they know, and that's all they choose to believe in, and that's because they don't open their mind to the possibility, because it is a possibility, because it's a thing, that guns are created, they are here now, and they aren't ever leaving. It's called human evolution, okay? People were killing other people as the beginning of time, whether it was a wooden spear or a sword, and then the Chinese invented gunpowder, and then guns. And in the future is going to be particle beams and laser beams, and they're developing them now. The U.S. Navy already has one on board the new fighter thing. Is it the Ford? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Ford, the USS Ford. It's a laser. There's a laser. It's a particle beam. It can shoot pinpoint accuracy. Particle beams will be necessary in the future when we fight in space. When we fight as United Nations against Mars and shit like that. Because that is the future. And if you don't think so, you're being naive. If you don't think that the countries will one together be one in 100 years or more, which, depending on science, you may or may not be alive. I think I will be. I think I'll live to 150. I've said it before on this channel. I've said I'm going to live to 150. I've said it many times. I believe that. I truly believe that the advanced medicine, you take care of yourself, you can do it. So, anything's possible. You put your mind to it. So, I carry horn daddies, I call them. Horn daddy. Hornady critical duty 135 grain flex lock 9mm hollow points. Now they're a hollow point with a little rubber insert. That rubber insert is to help them get through steel, glass, clothing, so it doesn't get clogged up and slow the bullet down, the projectile. I think I like talking about this. Should I be a political commentator? I feel like somebody said that before. Like, you're a great political commentator. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I suck at politics. Like, I actually had to Google the difference between the left and the right. I didn't. Sorry. But I know now. I'm just saying before. A long time before. A long time before there was Venmo Cash App. So, hey guys, look. This Venmo shit, if you're... I want to hear in the comments and on YouTube if you were a suspect to this. I mean, what would you call it? If you were a suspect. If you're a suspect, you might not want to leave a comment. I'm an idiot. Okay, you know what I mean. So let's move on. So, like, a gun is a tool, right? It's a fucking tool. Let's get ridiculously real here. I had to check the time. I'm like, what time is it? 20 minutes on the timestamp. So, in 5 minutes, we're going to take a break. But anyway, just don't, educate people on firearms, firearm safety, the Second Amendment, why we need it, tyrannical governments, terrorists, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal, guys. You know the drill. And do not support the NRA. They suck. They're not fighting for anything. Anyway, let's not talk about that. We'll do that in another video. And definitely don't buy any more Benchmade knives. I know a lot of people are a little upset about the video I made, but, honestly, it was my stance on that. But I never said keep buying them. I mean, buy them if you want to, but I'm not personally going to. Anyway, unless they're like, yeah, we're just going to dump all our money into, all the Democratic gun believers and the pro-gun Republicans and pro-gun knife and pro-knife and whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, so this has to do with now, like, the tiers of EDC, because, like, if you're a gun person, you hear that? There's nothing like that. There's nothing like the sound of a Glock. Hear it? Oh, Glock 43. I love this thing, guys. I really do. I'm not even going to get the new one. The 43X, I mean, what for? I put my plus 3 in here. I have a 43X. Big deal. So anyway, this, like, EDC is, you don't have to carry a gun for EDC. So, but, like, I was trying to tell somebody else about it, and they're trying to get into it. Well, like, there's tiers to it. Like, why, there's tiers to the everyday carry thing. So everyday carry is obviously the things you have on you. So if you just have, like, for starters, it's always going to be like that first main tier, which is obviously what? Your phone, okay, your keys, and your wallet. I mean, every man and woman in the world basically carries those three things no matter what. All right, and now it stretches a little bit farther than that. Now, the watch, I'm pointing to a G-Shock black on black version DW 5600 series. In case you podcast listeners wanted to know. And you can always just go check this on YouTube too, because it's on YouTube. So, but the watch has been understated for years now. People, I have my phone, I'll just look at the phone. The thing about the phone is like, if you're in a business meeting and the guy, you're trying to sell something, and guys, I'm not sure who to pick, and one guy has a watch and one guy doesn't. He's going to pick the guy with the watch almost every time. If you're out on a date, okay, and you pull out your phone to check the time, you're going to have to put yourself in the position of that girl asking you, who are you texting, your wife or your girlfriend? Just don't set yourself up for that. Wear a watch. It's classy, it tells the time, and it's the absolute perfect. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this accessory piece besides a gun. I always make these little Instagram posts about firearms and knives. It's like, accessorize properly, gentlemen. So the tiers of EDC, watch, why it's underrated. Well, because people think they can look at their phones. But if you want to accessorize your outfits, wearing a watch, look at what I'm wearing. Black Nike sweatshirt, red hat, black. It just looks good. Then, obviously, you would tier into more things like, do you, like, maybe needs? Like, what do you need? What are your daily... What do you do on a daily basis? Like, what's your job, for one? Like, this may vary for all you gentlemen, Me, I work on heavy equipment and machinery. Well, basically big, giant trucks that are red. So, for me, I need to carry a multi-tool and a flashlight at all times while I'm at work, though. Now, I cannot carry my firearm at work due to ridiculous rules. Which is why I always make the comment, why people get on Benchmade and other companies and all this shit, and people who are supporting this, they should just fucking not support them. Well, my job is against the Second Amendment and employees carrying firearms, so what, I should just quit? I mean, I honestly think we should all be walking around with our guns. That's how I think it should be. If I have my license to carry, and it's not like it's unsafe, what's the difference? And somebody has to pull the trigger for the thing to be shot. But I guess, whatever. It's their rules. I mean, I don't know. People get mad at each other. You never know. You could have gunfights in the warehouse. You might actually. So whatever. But you could have that anyway. So it just, if somebody wants to do harm, they're going to. And either you're going to have protection or you're not. So anyway, what are your daily basis? So like for me, a multi-tool, I have to have that at work because, I go out into the yard and a truck has a headlight falling out and oh shit, I fucking got to go back now and get a 10 millimeter or something. Instead, I have a multi-tool. I just whip that thing out. Done. Not like an air drill sound, but like by hand. Darn it. So, it just helps. And then it has other things on it too, which are very helpful and useful for my line of work. So, maybe you're just an office person. Great. Carry something like a Giltech Ruck, which is a tiny little razor blade opener, a bottle opener. It has a fishing line cutter on it. In case you guys saw my last video to where I made the video on this Giltech and I didn't know what the notch was with the blade. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, what is that? I'm like trying to cut a paracord. It's actually for a fishing line. So I didn't know that. Anyway, it has a little pry tool on there. Maybe you're a camera or photographer. Okay, this is perfect little tool for your camera bag because one, you have a cutting tool, which you're always going to need to cut things, Amazon packages, mail, pizza boxes, cereal boxes, things that go in the garbage that take up room, just things that need to be cut all the time. There's no reason why any man or woman on the planet should not have a pocket knife, let alone, and I know we don't like Benchmade right now, but the Benchmade Bug Out is the best EDC pocket knife created ever. It is because of its flat profile, its deep carry pocket clip, its beautiful axis lock, which is so sick. Listen to this in the mic. Oh my God, it's sick, right? Knife orgasms. Beautiful steel blade. It's got gold thumb studs. This thing is just sick. Yeah, it's got plastic scales, but you know what? It weighs less than 2 ounces. It's unbelievably awesome. So a knife, I mean, guys, like, why don't you have a knife on you? Like, it actually bothers me when somebody's like, hey, can I borrow your knife? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You don't have a pocket knife on you? Or, like, you don't even have a Swiss Army knife on your keychain? Like, what? Or it even pisses me off even more when somebody's like, hey, man, can I borrow your flashlight? Like, dude. Or it's like, oh, I don't need a flashlight. I have my phone light. Like, really? You're going to use your phone light to do what? What if you have a flat tire on the side of the road? I know I bring up this analogy all the time, or this, not analogy, but this example all the time of you, maybe you're on a date with your wife and your kids in the car, it's snowing, whatever the fuck the case is. Maybe it's a hot summer day. It doesn't have to be shitty weather. It could be beautiful out. Maybe it's just fucking dark and you can't see shit. And you're there with your phone light trying to fucking loosen lug nuts off. Chances are, if you're not a man that carries flashlights, knives, razor tools, and little pens and shit, chances are you don't have to fucking change a flat tire. You're calling AAA, you're calling somebody else to do it, which is a bullshit. I have videos teaching you guys how to do this, how to plug a tire, how to change a flat tire, I have videos on it. Fucking learn. Like, this whole, like, loss of masculinity anymore is fucking bullshit. It sucks. My father died when I was, how old was I? I was 2003. I was right out of high school. And my dad was really never around, but I always had like a father figure around, but he was a fucking idiot. So I just kind of learned the shit myself. And, I was always brought around the right kind of people and stuff. And, there was no YouTube until 2006, and I didn't really start watching YouTube until like 3 years ago anyway, when I started it. As soon as I started watching YouTube, guys, I was like, I want to be a fucking YouTuber. Like, if I would have started watching YouTube in 2006, I would have been a YouTuber in 2006. Believe that. I just didn't do it. I mean, I never fucking watched it. I didn't watch YouTube, I swear, till 2015, and then I started it. I was like, I'm going to be a fucking YouTuber. I remember the first EDC video I landed on was Jeremy, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Jeremy from Learning to Be Prepared. It was the fucking weirdo. Oh my God, what's his name? The fucking dude that does the shoe dance and shit. He was like trying on boat loafers in a video, and he's like, guys, he's like doing this, like, oh, it was so fucking weird. He's like, yeah, he's like, oh, dudes, I almost have to. Craig Ship. Oh my God, that guy's a fucking weirdo. I mean, he's a cool dude, I guess, in his own ways and stuff. To each is their own. But those shoe videos, if you have a chance, go look up his review on like a shoe. Okay, and you're gonna be instantly freaked the fuck out. Like, this dude has baby dolls in his fucking basement and he pets them or some shit like that. Like, he has a tub full of fucking gigapets and like beanie babies that he like pets. Hello, little kitty. Oh, hello, little kitty. Hey, you want a little pet? Hey, you're a real kitty, huh? Like, ugh. Fuck, guys. I'm fucking weirded out just thinking about it. Okay, sorry, Craig, but you were fucking weird out with them shoe shit. But anyway, Shoe Shine, man, had an EDC video of a Maxpedition bag, and he literally had several flashlights in it, like 4 knives. He had a beautiful Victorinox multi-tool. It looked like a piece of fucking jewelry. Like, you never use that. Why do you have that in there? If I had that in there, thing would look like it got ran over by a dump truck. like my Leatherman Surge, guys, that thing is trashed. Like, the thing is literally trashed. I mean, it still works. It's beautiful. It's an awesome tool. It's strong as hell. I can't wait to get the new one. Believe me, it'll be on the channel. The new Leatherman Free. That thing is sick. It is so sick. The magnetic fucking things. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so where were we at? Flashlights. So when I saw Craig Ship, I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then I started watching Jeremy from Learning to Be Prepared. And ever since I saw Jeremy's videos, I was like, all right, I'm doing this shit, right? He's always been the one, and he stopped doing YouTube for some reason. He hasn't put a video out in a year. So that helped me a little bit. But he was always the one. Like, I have a tier of YouTubers I would like to pass, and he was the first one. He's the first one. And I'm less than 100 subscribers away from him right now. Awesome, right? I mean, it's not like, all right, fuck you, Jeremy, I'm passing you. It's just, for me, I'm accomplishing something that I set out to do, and it's making me more aware of that. That's all it is. It's just a fucking head game with myself, I guess. But anyway, Jeremy, you should start making videos again if you're listening. And Best Damn EDC, Taylor, if you're listening, you should fucking start a podcast, dude, for sure, on EDC. I know you talked about it before. I don't know. He's probably not listening to this, but if you are by any chance, you should start a podcast too. Although I'll say that and he'll have like 40,000 fucking viewers and I'll be like, oh, fuck. So anyway, should have said that. So, what were we saying? Okay, flashlights, super important. You don't want to be that fucking guy with the phone and a flashlight. And I don't even know where I went off on all this other shit, but anyway, flashlights. Knives, flashlights, so important, watches. And then if you want to carry a pen, like, okay, I get it. A pen, you can just text shit in your phone. I do that too a lot, but I still like to carry a pen. But I don't like to carry a pen. I carry a pen more at work, a lot of times at work. When I'm not at work, I don't like to carry a pen. There's one either in my fanny pack, like I don't wear it as a fanny pack, but for you podcast listeners, I have this pack. I think I use a sling pack. It's a SOE tactical fanny pack, and you can put a gun in it, and it's got a little molly hook inside there, and you can hook and loop a gun to it and stuff. So I do that when I want to off-body carry my Glock, if I'm like going to the gym, stuff like that, or when I'm wearing not a belt, basically. So for me, when I always have a pen in there. But I don't like to carry a pen because I wear super fucking skinny jeans. I wear Levi's 510s. Are the only jeans I wear. Any other jeans, I have skinny legs, but my legs are, I'm very in shape man. Like, I work out a lot, but my frame is I look skinny. I don't look skinny. I'm fucking ripped, but I don't want to be like all weird about it, but I'm pretty ripped right now, especially when I start working out. So, but my legs, no matter what the fuck I do, if I don't wear skinny jeans, I just look like an idiot. So I wear jeans that are tight. Anyway, I can't put a pen in there because they always end up falling out, and I lose them because when you sit down, they pop out. The only one that doesn't is the Fisher Space bullet pen, but the clip on that sucks. And if it had the pocket clip as the original Fisher Space pen, or the black one, not the original, I think the original is silver. But this black one here I'm holding, you guys can't see it on the podcast, but it's all black brass, and it's got a beautiful clicker. And in case you don't know what a Fisher Space pen is, it's a pen that writes upside down in space. It's got a cartridge, it's a Fisher Space pen. I don't know. Google it. But anyway, that has an amazing pocket clip on it. Like, this clip is just sick. So I always have this thing clipped in my pocket at work, and I cannot wait. You guys know, I am totally against cargo pants because this is a men's lifestyle channel. We are more about fashion here, right? Cargo pants are a no. You cannot fucking wear cargo pants unless you are one of two things: Indiana Jones or at work. Period. All right? None of you are fucking Indiana Jones. Some of you may be at work. There's other things too. Hiking, adventuring, gun stuff. There's reasons to wear cargo pants. Downtown, in the city, on a daily basis shit, I don't want to see fucking cargo pants, okay? Look, if you're a fashionable man, you're not wearing cargo pants. Period. They're ugly as fuck. Stop it. But at work, I need them. I fucking need them. I need extra pockets at work. So I can't wait until our new uniforms come out in April. We got cargo pants. Thank fucking God. New uniforms, I can't wait. Our uniforms at work are so ugly. It's ridiculous. They look like firefighter reflectors on them. Like, what are you doing to me here? Now it's more cleaner looking, nice little silver reflector. Really nice. Anyway. So beyond your watch, your knife, your wallet, keys, phone, flashlight, gun, which is the main tier of your EDC. Now shrink that off a bit, right? Maybe you're not a gun. I don't like to carry a gun. It's annoying. It's an annoyance. And not everybody wants to carry a gun. I get it. But you at least, guys, you didn't fly out as I choose it to, the knife here. I tried to fling the knife out and it didn't work. At least almost there. Got it, kind of. Carry a freaking knife, a pocket folder. Nobody's asking you to carry, a K-bar, freaking marine-issued knife or nothing around your hip. A little pocket knife or just something you can cut things, get out of a bad situation. Keep a seatbelt cutter in your car, for fuck's sakes. Keep a plug tire kit in your car. So, which leads me to the next thing. An EDC bag. Why do we have an EDC bag? Somebody asked me. Why do you have a bag in your car? Why the fuck wouldn't you? Now I understand why women like purses so much. Because they are awesome. This is that bag I had, this one right here. This is an SOE fanny pack. It's made out of Cordera. It's a man purse. Make no mistake about it. I don't give a fuck. That's what it is. It carries a tourniquet. It carries my Glock 43. It carries an 8-round magazine. It carries my pen. It carries my notebook. It carries a fixed blade knife. It carries a very large flashlight that has 1,200 lumens. It carries a Swiss Army knife. It carries an extra razor blade. It carries, what else? An extra flashlight, possibly, if I want. It carries 10 different things in that, just that. Which is always on me, always, no matter what. Even when my EDC bag is left behind, that is with me. Because it has the cat tourniquet in it. Very important. If you carry a firearm, you should carry, not a firearm. If you carry, that's not how I wanted to put it. If you carry the power to take a life, you should carry the power to save a life. It's a simple concept of owning a gun. Gun accidents can happen. Accidentally discharges, you can be at the range, some idiot doesn't know what they're doing. Things can happen, things can just go bad. Have the tools you need and learn how to use them. And anybody can just carry a fucking tourniquet. If you don't know how to use it, where you're supposed to use it, is it 10 inches above or right above or not, whatever, it depends. There's different things or different circumstances. Is blood gushing or is not? You may not need a tourniquet. You may be doing more damage than you should be doing with a tourniquet. So these are things to consider in somebody who's not trained and just has a tourniquet because they saw it on fucking YouTube. That's the difference here, guys. So get the training. It's easy. You can watch Skinny Medic videos. I give you approval to watch the Skinny Medic videos on how to apply a tourniquet and practice on your friends. Don't hurt no one. And also, buy a real tourniquet. Okay, we're going to do a whole separate video on a medical and trauma. Actually, let me write that down. Col video. Wrote it down. I keep ideas coming. We are going to do a full video on that because it's very important. But anyway, there are fake tourniquets, so make sure you're buying good quality stuff. I recommend North American Rescue. The AMP kits are great. You can just go to Skinny Medic, Medical Gear Outfitters. Everything from there is from North American Rescue. It's all approved medical combat gear. Use the cat tourniquets. Don't use those chintzy. I hear a lot bad things about those rats tourniquets. I have a few of them. Now I'm getting, I don't know. I heard that if you can hand them in, there's places where you can give the rat's tourniquet too, and they'll give you a brand new Gen 7 cat. I seen it on Instagram. I gotta look for it, and if I can, I'll leave it in the description. But anyway, or like maybe they give you a 10% off or something, because let's face it, if you're not paying at least $25 or more for a cat tourniquet, a Gen 7, and there is a difference between the Gen 7 and the older generations. Don't tell me there's not. I can name several. Without, like, the windmill's different. It locks up different. It's got all kinds of different little things that we can talk about in the medical video. But it is different. You can look it up. There's differences. And some substantially good differences, too, actually. Big differences, I mean. Good. But anyway, if you're getting a cheap one, like Amazon has these ones that are like, you can get like 4 for $20 or something, they're fake, 100%. Even if one is $20, it's fake. One cat tourniquet should be at least $25, no less. If it is, it's cheap China junk. The problem with it is you're going to keep turning it and turning it and turning it and turning it, and it's not going to cut off circulation, which is what you need to do. You know, a real Gen 7, I mean, a quarter turn on my arm, it's stopping blood, and it hurts. It's like, okay, stop. Okay, we get it. You know how to do it. Okay, so anyway, that thing carries medical. Now, my EDC bag has things in it that I would, look, you can either have the shit you need or not. It's up to you. Like, this thing will get me out of any situation I need to get out of, whether it's just everyday bullshit, like, oh, I got broccoli stuck on my tooth, I need to brush my teeth. I carry a toothbrush in my EDC bag. I carry wet wipes in there. There's all kinds of things. There's a rain jacket. Maybe it just starts raining. So many people forget about an umbrella. I don't put one in there, but there's always one in my car. Maybe you're somebody who has to commute with a laptop every day. I mean, I don't have to do that. I have one that I like to bring most days, but if I had to, then you definitely know, because you have some kind of a bag you're bringing your laptop with in you, so there you go. People like that, they have EDC bags, so, but guys that don't, generally we just like to, some guys like to carry, the 9mm fold-up rifles, the AR pistols in there. Those are sick. You got the little folding, folds up, and then you just whip that thing out, and you got yourself a 9mm AR-15. So badass. That is my next project, guys. Look out for that. So I'm gonna do like a backpack AR soon. I think I want to get the one that Glock guy 226 has. He's got the I don't know. Anyway, I can't even think of what that gun is he had on his channel the other day. But anyways, and then I have my toolkit in there, and inside my toolkit, I'm going to have things like lock picks, crescent wrenches, basic survival need stuff like a survivor filter, a sill lock key, just things like maybe something like 9/11 happens. Do you have a dust mask in your backpack? Do you have something if something worse than 9, maybe a natural disaster comes through? Now, for one, if I don't have my car with me, I'll definitely have my EDC bag with me. Like, even if I'm going to somebody else's car, my backpack comes with me, always, no matter what. Now, if I'm in my car, I have my my get home bag in my car at all times, always. It lives in there. And that is a survival backpack. That is built for, you know, a number of catastrophes that could happen, or just daily, day-to-day bullshit. Like, okay, I'm driving to upstate Pennsylvania. It's a 4-hour drive, maybe a day's hike home. You know, if something happens, how the fuck am I going to get home or wherever? That's what that bag's for. And not even for that far. Maybe it's closer, or maybe it's like a natural disaster. Maybe something like, you know, the power grid goes down for a few days. I can live out of that bag comfortably for a few days. You know, that's what it's built for. Now, my house has prep too. So we'll get into all those different videos. You guys just got to keep staying in tune to the podcast, you know, because house prep is different. You're not prepping with ammo and knives and guns. You're starting with water and food. You're not starting with ammo and guns and knives and stuff like that. Now those things are important, but it's not priority. Priority is water and food, because without water, in 3 days you're dead, and in a couple weeks without food, you are also dead. So, and you know, I'm gonna work on you guys and work with that, because my house prep is very, very non-existent right now. I mean, I have water for 3 weeks for me, and my dog, which is 1 gallon per day per person. A dog is a little, you know, about the same, considering, I guess. I mean, they don't need as much unless they're really doing a lot. Then they need more. So, but you know, that's another thing too. Like, do they consider their pets? How much do you care about your pets? You know, it's up to you guys about that. And I mean, I'm talking about like bug out stuff, shit hits the fan stuff, which is, I think, we'll speculate about it in another video. Like, I think I'll do a whole shit hits the fan speculation video. Like, we'll talk about it. I think we're a couple decades away from it. I think we're about 20 years, maybe 30 years away from all out war with every country. It's just going to happen. I think it'll happen in my lifetime, I think. So I think you do need to be prepared. I don't think it's going to happen within the next 5 years. It could, though, so you should be ready no matter what. Because even if the very least, there's a snowstorm right now outside, the power could go out right now for 3 weeks, and I would have no control over that. That could happen. You know, maybe a lightning bolt from the sky hits our entire power grid of Philadelphia, and it's done. You know, who knows? Just use your imagination, but like, you know, so it doesn't have to be necessarily the end of the world. It could just be a natural disaster. You could look back in time, not even more than 10 years ago, where you have Sandy, Katrina, Houston a couple years ago, or was it last year? You know, things like that. And then, you know, go off from there. But the EDC bag plays an important role in that, because that's, you know, having a well-rounded EDC, having a flashlight on you, having a knife on you, having a gun on you is stage one to getting you out of shit, no matter what. I mean, just having a flashlight on me, I use my flashlight probably 100 times during the day, and it's no lie, because especially at night when I'm walking the dog, when I let her out, stuff like that, or, you know, just the convenience of not having to turn my lights on in my entire house when I'm walking through to maybe just get a drink or taking a piss. I just grab my flashlight off the dresser and just go through the house. I put it on the moonlight mode. That's what it's for. And I walk through the house. I'm not, you know, if I have a girl sleeping over or whatever, not waking her up, not bothering her. Phone's on the, you know, flash. You could use your phone, I guess. But for that situation, I would say, yeah, okay, you could use your phone. But like, really, you're going to carry your fucking phone around? Just look at this flashlight. You just put it on your dresser, grab it, boop, you're good. And it's awesome. It's sleek looking. It's got a great clicker. This is the Olight 13T EOS AAA. I love this flashlight, but I have something else. I have to review this on the channel, and I also have the Revino 550 lumen pinky-sized keychain flashlight, which brings me to the point of the keys. Your keys. So like, if your car keys, like you have a flashlight on your car keys that's 550 lumens. It's right here. I have it right here in my hand. This is called the Revno Aurora A1. Okay, this flashlight, guys, is 550 lumens. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing how bright this thing is. It's ridiculous, and it has strobe. 550 lumens in it's the size of my pinky. It's literally the thickness and size of my pinky. And, it's just awesome. And so there's no excuse to have you could use this for search and rescue if you really wanted to. It's that bright. I had the video on this coming up too. And it's awesome. It's going to replace, actually, maybe I'll do that after this video. It's going to replace my current key flashlight, which is the Olight. My key's right here? No. It's a Olight something. It's a little Olight twisty, but it's only 135 lumens, which is okay. It's more than you really need. But like, hey, if I can have 550 lumens and 130 lumens and moonlight mode and strobe, then why not? And a better clicker it's not going to go on unless you hold it. I really like the clicker option on this. The other one, you can kind of twist and either twist it too much and it's going to fall off, or twist it where you pick it up sometimes and it blinks on and stuff, and it's kind of annoying. And both of them are USB chargeable, so there's no batteries that you need to replace or anything. You just charge them. Now, we'll do future wear and tear on all these as I do on all the stuff. Most of the stuff that I have from Olight, Glock, Benchmade, Spyderco, the bigger ZTs, the zero tolerance knives, the G-Shock watches, the Leathermans, the Victorinoxes, the key bars, all these amazing tools and EDC stuff, the James pen and the brass space pens and all those cool little gear and gadgets and stuff, guys. We will do wear and tear as life goes on here at the channel. But I have yet to have a problem with any of the top-notch quality gear that I buy. And that just goes to show, you spend your money in the right places, you will be rewarded with quality gear, right? You won't have any problems. You buy one good flashlight, you don't have to buy 10. I love these. Oh, I got this cool flashlight at CVS. Like, boy, are you fucking serious? How much did you buy that thing for? Oh, $15. You could have bought an Olight E3 EOS, 13T EOS, AAA flashlight for $5 more on Amazon. Have it dropped off of your door, and the thing will last you forever, and it's 3 times as bright, and it will last. So, watch my channel and put your money into the quality tools. So, but the backpack, I feel like a lot of people, you get on, like, what are you talking about, a backpack? You're not walking around with the thing, gents. You're putting the thing in your car. You're keeping it close by. I go to a girl's house sometimes, right? And I bring my bag, and I just put a pair of sweats in there, a t-shirt, a pair of socks, and a clean pair of socks, clean pair of undies, and I go off. And it has my toothbrush in there. It has everything I need in there. I don't normally need to put clothes in there, but it has everything else I would need in case something happened. Let alone the bag that actually lives in the car that's dedicated to, okay, shit really is bad. And let's just face it, things can get really bad. And for me personally, things have gotten really bad before. Whether it's been just national emergency, not being prepared, lights go out, no food in the house, no water in the house, no way to fucking drink, no way to take a shower, no way to take a shit. Life sucks like that. And that can happen. It happened to Sandy. Happened to a lot of people. I had to go live with my mom's. I didn't have any food, didn't have any water, didn't have shit. I had nothing. Wasn't ready. If that happened now, I'd be okay because I have water. You could flush. You need water in a bowl to flush the toilet. So, in case you didn't know that, but there's other reasons too. You got to take a shower. You got to clean yourself. And after a while, people underestimate. Wow, who's gonna save you if things got bad for 6 months? What if the trash men didn't come? What if, people got sick? What if people were, You got to think about all those variables. Where do you live? How long do you think you would really be able to last in your tiny little apartment complex with 400 or 500 other people who probably have no idea what they're doing and aren't prepared either? What would you do if people started getting sick and trash started building up, disease starts spreading, people are dying, and you really got to think about those things, and I hope you are. So, having an EDC bag can make sure. Now, that's not going to save your day from that type of situation, but this is the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys is that is where it starts. It all starts there. Those are the tiers. Tier 1 is on body. Tier 2 is your EDC bag. Tier 3 would be get home. If you have a home, then you need to start figuring out a way to, prep water, whether it's rain, build up or run off into something or have those big 55-gallon drums. You need to think about all those things. And if you're not, you're underestimating the power of nature and just the power of things that are out of your control. And also with the EDC bag too is you can carry, medical, which is super important. Like I have a separate medical bag other than just a tourniquet, whatever. But, in my bag, I have chest seals. I have a nasal passage thing, nose passage thing in case, someone's got like a broken nose and smashed face and they can't breathe. And, or maybe they swallowed their tongue or something, like just face is mushed into the steering wheel or something. Maybe you're driving down the road, somebody smashed their car, and, you got to save somebody's life, and you're going to stick that fucking thing in their nose, all right? And that's what it's for. I have the gel shit taped to the inside of it and stuff, and maybe you're advanced medical and you carry a compression needle, which is great, for somebody who has a tension pneumothorax, which is basically a chest collapse, and every time they breathe, their lung is getting pierced by a rib, and their lungs are filling up with fluid. You need to let that fluid out by putting a 4-gauge needle into their lung. But you can also kill the person by putting a 4-gauge needle into their heart, if it's on this side or this side. You got to figure out which one that is. So if you're not trained to do that, don't carry it. I know people say, well, somebody might be trained, but somebody might not be. So, and then you're going to be the guy that was like, oh, this person died. Well, I had a compression needle. Oh, well, I'm not trained. Like, do you want to be that guy? Like, nah. So get trained if you want to carry that. That's my advice. You don't have to take it. That's my opinion on it. But anyway, why would you want to carry something you're not trained to use? I don't fucking know. Would you carry a gun you don't know how to shoot? Makes no sense, right? So I think that's going to pretty much wrap this one up anyway. Like I said, the EDC bag's super important because you could just carry stupid shit in there. Who wants to carry sunglasses in their pocket? Right? Throw them in your bag. And now these bags range from tactical, from non-tactical to leather. You can look super dope, classy with a dope-ass leather backpack. I have one. I'll show it to you in a video. For really classy summer days down the city or to the beach looking like, I don't know, somebody that I'm not. But just a leather backpack. Just, stuff a couple beach towels in there, maybe a Corona. I don't know. Just use your imagination. Stuff in there whatever the hell you want. I'm just saying it's better than carrying a shit. So having an EDC bag is my recommendation for every man. If you want to advance your EDC beyond the things you're carrying, if you want to advance the things beyond the typical man with a knife or a wallet or, a phone and a wallet and your keys, then go ahead and get yourself a good knife, a Spyderco, a 0 tolerance. Stay away from fucking Benchmade for now. And then, there's no reason for you not to have a flashlight with stuff like this. Even whether it's on your keychain or on your body, I could really care less. If you have an EDC bag, you can throw one in there. There's so many options now, guys. And honestly, when you have things like this, you're looking like you're really making your life look a lot better. From your woman in your life will appreciate you more because you have the things you need to get the job the fuck done. Why would you want? I can't do it. I don't have the tool. It's just like, I know there's guys out there that are like that, but none of my fucking subscribers, that's for sure. But but if you're new here and you're trying to figure those things out, that's what I'm getting at. Like, you can start now. You don't have to be like, oh man, maybe he's right. Maybe I should think about it. No, don't think about it. Just start. Go do it. Go get a direct action backpack, a Dragon Egg or whatever the hell it's called, or the Duster. They're super, like, under $100, or a Rush or something cheap, but a good quality cheap. Don't go like, Walmart and get an EDC bag. Just don't do it. I mean, they're cheap. They're going to fall apart. They're going to smell like a Halloween mask. You're going to regret it. Get a good one. If you want to go really good, go VanQuest Maxpedition Vertex 511. I can go on and on for days. If you want to get classy, go ahead and get a douche bag. I know that sounds weird, but it's an actual bag or a nutsack. Look, there's super weird bag names, I know, but the douche bag and the nutsack, or the satchel for the nutsack, super sick, like canvas satchel, legit. Like, that's a dope bag. Like, you can have that. You can go to the city. You could just be walking around, throw a couple things in there. If you want to side carry off body because you're wearing super light summer clothes, you could throw that in there. And you can still look real slick in the summer with that because it's just the design of the bag. It's a very, very good accessory option for that. So, the douche bags are a little bit more. They're like more backpack style type deal, but they're super slick looking. Like they're not gonna have any Molly webbing hanging off them or anything like that. Go look them up. They're really dope. Or, go get a Dolce Gabbana or, Prada or Gucci. Gucci's popping right now. So if you want to get something like that, go ahead. Yo, if you're into designer shit, I'm not hating. If I could afford a Gucci bag, I probably would have one. I just can't. They're like $5,000. So don't get a fake one, though. If you're going to get a Gucci bag and you can't get the fucking real one, then don't get it. All right. So anyway, that will conclude today's broadcast. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. We will see you in the next one. We're going to probably talk about one of the two, probably stretch this out to the get home bag and maybe start talking about house prepping a little bit. And then, we're going to float around. This podcast, we're just going to have fun here, guys. We ain't worried about what's going on. We ain't worried about what people say we need to make our podcast about. This is Hard City. Don't forget it. We're knocking right on the door of 3,000 subscribers now over at the YouTube channel. It worked over there. It'll work here. So, and if it doesn't, then I'll continue to talk to no one. So I appreciate everyone so much for tuning in. Please give me a great rating, and we're great like Frosted Flakes rating. You can catch us on iTunes and Podbean and whatever you like to listen to on. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this on Spotify. I don't know, and iHeartRadio. We'll work on that. But anyway, YouTube, thank you for tuning in. iTunes, thank you for listening. And I will see you guys in the next one. Everyone have a pleasant rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Peace. That might be the best fucking episode yet. Yes!